The WNBA is at a crossroads. Its biggest star, Caitlin Clark, has transformed women's basketball, bringing in record-breaking viewership, sponsorships, and global attention. Yet, instead of celebrating this growth, the league is engulfed in controversy. Harassment, dangerous on-court targeting, online abuse, and leadership failures have placed Clark, and the entire future of women's basketball, in jeopardy. Today, we break down the Caitlin Clark bullying crisis, Commissioner Cathy Engelbert's shocking response, and why this scandal could determine the survival of the WNBA. Caitlin Clark is not just another rookie, she is a phenomenon. By the time she entered the WNBA, she had already shattered almost every major NCAA scoring record. In her first season, television ratings skyrocketed by over 200%. National broadcasts jumped from 80 to more than 200 games. Merchandise sales hit historic highs. Clark single-handedly drew millions of new fans to women's basketball. For the first time in league history, the WNBA was experiencing true mainstream momentum. But instead of being celebrated and protected, Clark quickly became the league's most targeted player. What started as tough defense soon spiraled into something far more disturbing. Physical targeting. Clark has missed 14 of 27 games this season, over half the schedule, with injuries including a strained quadriceps, left groin, and right groin. Many of these injuries came after questionable, excessive contact from opponents. The Kennedy Carter incident, June 1, 2024. Clark was blindsided by Chicago Sky guard Kennedy Carter, who shoulder-checked her to the ground off the ball. Fans were stunned, commentators went silent, and the initial call was only a common foul. Only after public outrage was it upgraded to a flagrant violation. Ongoing verbal abuse. Players like Marina Mabrey and others repeatedly targeted Clark with trash talk and unsportsmanlike fouls, far beyond what is considered normal competitive behavior. The Connecticut Sun game, July 15, 2025. Clark was knocked down again during what witnesses described as an ill-tempered game, symbolizing how far the league had lost control. This wasn't simply rough basketball. It was a pattern of harassment. And the league's silence spoke volumes. The crisis hasn't been limited to the hardwood. Female athletes across the WNBA have faced death threats, stalking outside arenas, AI-generated fake content meant to humiliate them, bullying and exclusion on social media, even disturbing incidents of sexual objects being thrown on the court. The mental health toll has been severe, with many players withdrawing from public engagement altogether. Caitlin Clark herself has spoken candidly about her white privilege, acknowledging that while her fame boosted the league, some fans have used her name as a platform to demean and attack black players. Instead of uniting the sport, toxic fan behavior has created deeper divides. For months, Commissioner Cathy Engelbert stayed silent. When she finally addressed the issue in an interview, her words only made things worse. Her statement, "I am aware that bullying is perceived in that way. Everyone gets bumped, but everyone believes it's just Caitlin." This response downplayed what has been documented as sustained harassment and violence against the league's most important player. Instead of condemning the abuse, Engelbert suggested it was simply part of the game. This isn't the first time she has mishandled sensitive issues. In 2024, when asked about racist taunts directed at WNBA players, Engelbert bizarrely praised the attractiveness of rivalries instead of condemning hate speech. The backlash was immediate, forcing her into a public apology. The pattern is clear: Engelbert leads reactively, not proactively. By the time new policies, such as improved game security, social media filtering tools, and mental health programs, were introduced, the damage was already done. The Women's National Basketball Players Association, WNBPA, has openly criticized the league. Executive Director Terry Jackson issued a sharp statement. "Encouraging players to promote the league while leaving them unprotected is unacceptable. You want us to represent women's basketball, but you will not shield us from the consequences. This represents a complete breakdown of trust between players and league leadership." The WNBA has tied nearly all of its growth to one player, Caitlin Clark. This is a dangerous strategy. When Clark plays, ratings soar. When she doesn't, they collapse. Example: the 2025 All-Star Game drew 2.1 million viewers, down 36% from 2024, simply because Clark was absent due to injury. This dependence on one star is not sustainable. No business model should hinge on the health of a single player. Yet the league continues to gamble its entire future on Clark without building long-term structures to protect her or elevate other stars. This is bigger than Caitlin Clark, bigger than the WNBA. This is a test case for how sports leagues in the social media era handle player safety, cultural conflict, harassment prevention, sustainable growth. Right now, the WNBA is failing that test. Caitlin Clark is more than a rookie. She is the heartbeat of the WNBA, the face of women's basketball, and the league's most valuable investment. If she leaves, or if her career is derailed by unchecked harassment, the league stands to lose everything. The WNBA has been handed the chance of a lifetime. But chances like this don't last forever. If they don't protect Caitlin Clark, and protect all their athletes, this golden era of women's basketball could slip away. Scales # do you believe the WNBA has failed Caitlin Clark? Or is this just part of professional sports? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth coverage of the biggest stories shaping basketball today.